What's up, everybody? It's your boy Stephen J. Just got off work on my way home. A lot going on in the news, especially about this healthcare thing, and it had me just thinking because I've been paying attention to Paul Ryan. I've not really paid attention to him that much until maybe within the last year and a half. And, when he spoke out against Trump during the election for the stuff that he said, I like Paul Ryan. Most people in the Republican Party were refusing to say anything when Trump was morally wrong. And Paul Ryan spoke out and said, hey, that's wrong. So I kind of had a lot of respect for him. And I watched him not too long ago on the CNN town hall again. Very educated, articulate, really like what he had to say. And they just came out with this the Republican plan they're calling Trump Care or Ryan Care or Trump Ryan Care, as that I've heard. And from the get-go, every insurance agency has been against it. The CBO just released it and said, it's a bad deal or whatever. And just from that day point that it was released, I just saw a difference in Paul Ryan. And it hit me the other day that Obamacare is Paul Ryan's white whale. Paul Ryan has become Captain Ahab. And he has been obsessed with Obamacare because it's bit his leg off 6 years ago. And the thing that it promised, that I can choose whatever plan that I want, that it's not going to be expensive, it bit his leg off. And for 6 years, he's been after this white whale. And now that the Republicans control Congress and the Senate, he sees the white whale. He sees the hump shaped like a snow hill. He sees Moby Dick, and he's obsessed regardless of the fact that the plan put forth is a bad plan. And because he's so obsessed with repealing it, not necessarily replacing, but repealing, it has become his white whale. And it's a different Paul Ryan that I started to admire a year and a half ago. And right now, the Republicans are doing exactly what the Democrats did 6 years ago, except the Democrats held hearings and hearing after hearing about before they voted on this plan, which went through without any support from any Republican. And this case right here with the Republicans, they're going to attempt to approve this plan without any assistance, input, or help from the Democrats. And unfortunately, that's unfortunate that we're divided as the head, because Trump, the Senate, and Congress, they represent the head of our country. And you wonder why the country's so divided on so many things. Well, if the head is sick, the body's going to be sick. And just the fact that Paul Ryan isn't listening. And here's the thing, before the CBO even released their report, they were already saying, well, they're going to be wrong. Well, wait a minute. It's a Republican that's in there, appointed by a Republican. Y'all came up with this office. So you're already saying that this conservative who's bipartisan is going to come out and be against this, and you already know that he's wrong, so you're calling him out wrong before he even releases the report. And it just shows that the character, he's so obsessed with Obamacare that he wants, I don't care what he's going to say, we got to get rid of this thing. I'm missing a leg. We got to get rid of this thing. And here's the thing. Obamacare isn't a great plan. It is not a great plan. I know a friend of mine, he owns a business, and man, we had a long conversation, And he was telling me Obamacare is too expensive. It's not what it promised. It's not what it's cracked up to be. It's not what it was promised, and he can't afford it. And I know for a fact this guy is a great guy, honest guy, loves God. So I know that he's telling the truth. And just to look on his face, you know, when we were talking about it, I'm like, wow, you know, I don't know. I have a job. He owns his business. I have a job, full-time job, so I get insurance through my company. So it doesn't really affect me that much. But, you know, my heart goes out to those that do. And guess what? I see all the reports about the good Obamacare has done. The Republican that was at the CNN town hall that says if it wasn't for Obamacare, he would have died. Because he wasn't able to get insurance for years because he has a he had a precondition that insurance wouldn't give him coverage. But because of Obamacare, he was able to get coverage. He's able to get the operation that he needed and everything. So it does. There are some good parts about it. And the one thing that the Republicans and no one is saying, Trump says it's a disaster. It's falling apart. It may be so. But here's the thing. We know it's broke, so let's fix it. But no one is saying that, let's just replace it. No, let's take what's good about this plan and let's come together and let's make it. I think the original plan to go across state lines, that would have been the best plan. But I don't know what Obama did, and he decided not to go that route. And it is what it is what we have right now. But don't repeal. And here's the thing. I don't trust the insurance companies. They're in bed with the medical community who's ripping people off with high insurance rate, who's ripping people off with high medicine. Go to the doctor. I went to the doctor for a checkup. $40 for me to be in there for 5 minutes for the $40 for me to go there and wait 20 minutes for the doctor, for me to get called back into the room for 5 minutes for him to say, how you doing? Any issues? No? Well, let me listen to you. Okay, you sound good. Well, keep doing what you're doing, and we'll see you in about a year. $40 for that. So doctors are ripping you off, hospitals are ripping you off, medicine manufacturers, they're ripping you off. Instead of dealing with that issue. I mean, what people pay for medicine. I was in the pharmacy getting some medicine for my son, and there was this lady, and I wish I was rich because her medicine was like $100 and something bucks, and she was like, what? And she was like, she's like, I insurance, and they was like, yeah, it does cover it, but this is how much this is the regular cost for the medicine. This is how much the insurance paid, and this is how much you still owe. And I'm like, oh my God, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. So they're missing the point, and that's where morality is lacking now in Paul Ryan, because here's a man that I looked at him first, oh man, this dude cares. There's a bald eagle. And now he's just, because he's so obsessed with Obamacare and repealing it and replacing it, that he's not thinking straight. And it's just unfortunate and what's going on right now. The Democrats messed up 6 years ago and how they passed it. And now the Republicans are going to mess up, and we're in that cycle again. And the fact that everyone is saying that it's going to cost more for middle-class families and stuff like that, and nobody's looking at that, and nobody's fighting for that, and say, you know what, let's do right for the American people. You know what, Obamacare may be working, I believe, in Massachusetts, but it's horrible in Arizona. Well, let's get state input. How is it working there that it's not working there? What can we do to fix it? No one's asking that question. So I get so frustrated as a citizen of the United States that I'm like, we need to send a letter. We need to be like Trump and like, yo, we sent you there for a purpose. You're not doing your job. You're fired. Because on my regular job, if I'm not meeting my performance, I'm fired after my probationary period. Everybody in the Senate and Congress needs to be fired. This white whale that I see so many people going after. And oh my God, can we... This thing about Trump and the Russians, I am so sick and tired of it. Let them investigate it. I hate to see that all this smoke, and every time there's some new Russian thing, and this person met with Russia, but they didn't disclose it. This is getting on my nerves. Trump tweeting, I still say they need to take this man's phone. I'm rooting for him, I'm praying for him, but they need to take this man's phone. You can't sit there and try to, it was in quotation mark what he said, and what that quotation mark means, it's no, just say the man got some bad intel and he's wrong, come out and apologize. It's over. Nobody's talking about it anymore. It's going to last on CNN for about a week. Week later, no one's talking about it. We're moving on to the next thing. But because no one's saying nothing, and they keep coming out with Kellyanne talking about microwaves and Spicer talking about quotation, they just put themselves in a deeper hole of nonsense, and it's not making any sense. But, and for the record, I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat. I am an independent. I grew up a Democrat. My mother was a Democrat. But I found out as I grew older that I have a lot of beliefs in as a conservative. But here's the problem, my Republican friends. The reason why I never became a Republican is because you Republicans come off as racist. Not all of you, but those people that speak for the Republican Party, they come off as racist, and then the good Republicans are silent to say, hey, you don't represent our party. We condemn your words or what you said was wrong. Y'all don't do that. So you come across as racist, and people like me are looking for the good Republicans to step up and say, nah, that was wrong. Come on, we're not that, this, that, and the other. Same thing with the Confederate flag. Look at it from a black person's view, that they see it as a symbol of racism. Don't say that we're wrong, because when the Klan were burning crosses in the yards in the 60s, my mom sees it as a racist symbol.
So I'm like, well, give me a moment.
So you can't say that black people are wrong when they see the Confederate flag as a hate symbol, whenever the Ku Klux Klan marches, what's there? Not the Republican flag, but the Confederate flag. So it's just, and again, I have a lot of reviews. We have a lot in common when it comes to conservative. My mother has a lot in common, but because they come across as racist, and no one's standing up to those people that speak for the Republican Party, like the guy that talked about the other day, talking about we don't want your babies or whatever. I didn't hear anyone come up and say, oh, that dude is wrong. No Republican say, didn't hear Ryan say anything, didn't hear Trump say anything. No one said anything. This cat is wrong on what he said. He doesn't represent us, and we condemn his remarks because they don't speak for us. So, I mean, we got to come together as a country, because right now, how can two walk together except they be in agreement? If they're not in agreement, they're both going to fall off the cliff. So that's all I got to say on this. You guys have a blessed day. It's a chilly 68 degrees down here in Florida. Praying for y'all up north getting all the snow. I actually wish we got snow down here in Florida, because I love snow, but I hate being cold. So go try to figure that out. Love the snow, but I don't like being cold. So you guys have a blessed day on this Tuesday afternoon.